Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this week's options watch list. Before I get into the watch list, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media accounts. Also, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already and like the video. Obviously, the market was closed today because it's being President's Day, so there's only going to be four days. Tomorrow is probably an expiration day. Let me just double check. I'm 90% sure that tomorrow is an expiration day, which is Tuesday. Just waiting for toss. Yeah, the 22nd, 25th, 23rd, 22nd, 23rd, and 25th. Yeah, so it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, because when Monday's closed, usually the next day is the expiration day, and when Friday's closed, it's usually Thursday. So I just like to double check just in case. You never know. But anyways, I don't have much to watch for. I have a lot of stocks that are beaten down, but you know it's going to be based on what happens with the news and what happens with Ukraine and Russia and any the Fed just running their mouth and stuff like that. Because basically the news has been driving the market and driving everything. So with that said, the futures are down. We just double checked. It looked like they just knifed. Just right as I'm talking. Let me get to the active trader. Did they just knife? No, it's down 38 points. So for some reason it just looked like it was down more than that. But anyways, yeah, with SPY, I'm gonna put SPY on first of all. Like I said, it's gonna be based on everything news that comes out. So if more bad news comes out, I would watch this 430 breaks. We got the next area right here is what 429. We get the 425 area, then you get 420. You break that 420 area, which is right is 430. Break this 420 area. I mean, we could go down to 413, even 405, even 400. We could even see 400. So we'll have to see what happens. I mean, it's all going to be based on the news, and everything that follows it is going to end up doing the same thing. So on a couple on the bearish side that I'm looking at, I know everything's so beaten down, so bad. But one of the things that's catching my eye is Microsoft. You get a head and shoulders, you get the left, the head, and the right shoulder. And every time you think that a stock like Microsoft puts in a weekly head and shoulders, you don't think that it's going to work out. Well, I've seen a few of them work out. One of them was BA back a couple of years ago. So there was just one recently too that ended up working out. I don't remember what it was. It could have been Roku. I don't remember. But this caught my eye, and I think that this could end up playing out, especially if the market takes a crap. This thing could end up, dropping down to 280 to even 260 level. So keep an eye on Microsoft on the short side. I'd watch underneath 285 for a push to the 280 level. Then you get this wick down here at 275. Then it breaks the 275, 280 level. You get 260 is probably the next big area. So that and Tesla is another one. I mean, I know that Tesla's probably going to end up squeezing, but I'm looking at it's putting in lower highs, and it's just you can't get over the middle Keltner channel, which is a 20 EMA on the daily. It pops to it and drops and drops. So I would watch underneath Friday's low of 830. We'll say 835 for a push to 810. 820, 810. Yeah. 820, 810, 800. If it does break this 800, I mean, you get the next area right here. It's right around 730, 740. Yeah, 740. So we'll have to see if that actually plays. The bottom of the Keltner channel is down at the 680 level, 690 level. So we'll have to see if it actually will do that. So definitely keep an eye on Tesla on the short side. Now, a couple I'm looking at, obviously Roku is one of them that I mentioned. No, Roku didn't have the head and shoulders. There was something else that did. But Roku just it bounced right off from the bad earnings report, and they put in a nice green candle. So Roku's one of those stocks that if it gets any momentum behind it, this thing can rocket. So I just can't believe, if you would have asked me back 6 months ago, a year ago, that Roku would be trading $100, I'd be like, no, I would never believe it. And I just can't believe that it's down here. But to me, it presents an opportunity, and so I would watch it over the gap resistance of 115. It gets over that, it's probably gonna really rocket to the 145 area, so, and fill that gap. So Roku can have $40 days like it's nothing. So it's not uncommon to see $40 days on Roku. So we'll just have to see if that will happen. And Roku is one of those stocks too that it will go against the market. Now remember, SPY was red and had a down day on Friday, and Roku did not care. See, here's Friday, a nice red day, a lot of not panic, but a lot of bad news happening, and Roku is just one of those stocks that just doesn't care sometimes. When it gets some strength, it doesn't care what the market's going to do. So keep an eye on that. Shopify is another one. I don't usually play it that much because it's kind of expensive, but I may look at it. It's down so much. I mean, it's another one that's lost over 50% of its value, 60% of its value, and it just seems like a no-brainer that eventually it's going to bounce. But if things get worse with Russia and Ukraine, this could go a lot lower. I mean, this could go down to the 550 level, below 600. So there is no bottom until the news starts getting better or something. But if war starts breaking out, I mean, all these stocks are just going to get hammered on more. So that's why you need to be in the room, and we'll just base our plays based on what's happening that day and in the news. And that's what I've been doing last couple weeks. Is I've been kind of patient, waiting for the news or waiting for something to drop, and just playing the momentum and retracement things on them. So that's what I'm probably going to end up continuing to do on this week. So yeah, I would watch it over 675 for push to 725. Even right here, we get 700, 725. Basically, it'd be $25, 750. Then you get gap resistance right here at 800. So you might get a bit of a bounce on that. PayPal is another one. This thing it's completely waterfalled. There's another one like Roku. 6 months ago, if you told me that this would be at $100, I would not believe you. It's crazy how much it's been down since let's see, what was the high? 310. That's lost more than like 70% of its value. It's crazy. So I would watch PayPal over 105 for push to 110. 115, basically it'd be $5, 120, then you get the 125, you get the 130. I mean, it's not going to go for gap resistance of 140, not on the first shot. So, plus you have the RCT trend line and the 20 EMA right at the 130 level. So it's not going to break through that on the first shot. So, rarely ever does. Roku's probably one of the few that probably would on the first shot. Disney is another one I'm looking at now. Disney actually has been holding up considering how bad the market is. So if it can get over this 153 area, it's probably going to end up testing this area of 150, 57. If it can get over 157, this is the area it's been having trouble, right around the 157, 158 level. If it can get over that and get it clear 160, this thing could end up going to 165, 170, possibly even fill the gap, 175. So that is why I really like Disney, because it's not like Roku. It's not paying attention to the market, but Disney does usually run with it most of the time. But once in a while, it does run against it. And right now, I mean, it did have a red day on Friday, but it's holding up well compared to the market. So Facebook There's another one that I'll be watching for a bounce. I mean, Facebook just getting hammered on too. This thing just keeps going down and down. I know it's got some issues with the EUs, but you know, every time Facebook finds itself in hot water or finds itself doing something, it just ends up forgetting about it and just recovering most of it, if not all of it, and then some. So, I mean, I'm sure that this right here will probably end up, you know, going back to 300 plus, assuming that the market's good and doesn't take a crap or anything. The market just, the ES futures just dumped, broke lower day right now as I'm looking at it, but it's retracing halfway back up, so it's getting bought for now. But anyways, Facebook will probably, I mean, you get the analytics issue it had a while ago, the antitrust issues. It just, every time it has a big drama thing, it ends up bouncing back sooner or later. It just makes too much money. It's pretty much a juggernaut, kind of like Google. So we'll have to see if when it will actually bounce. That's going to be the question, is when. I mean, if the market keeps going down, I mean, you could end up seeing below 200. To me, it just Facebook under 200 just seems like a good idea to possibly go long, but who knows what could happen with the tensions in Russia. So, but anyways, I would watch it over 210 for a push to 220, 225, 230, 235, 240. Then you get gap resistance right here at the 245 area. So Facebook's another one, though. It gets a little bit momentum behind it. I mean, you can see a nice little $20 day. So I would keep an eye on that. See, I would imagine that one of the days this week we're going to have a dead cat bounce on SPY, and that's when you're going to have to watch these particular stocks like Roku, Shaw, PayPal, Disney, and Facebook, because when SPY will probably end up having a 10 point, 15 point dead cat bounce, and a lot of these stocks are going to rocket with it. So I don't know if it'll be tomorrow, but I was looking at the where is it, the put to call ratio right now, and it is at 0.73 based on stock charts, which it's close to. I mean, it is over extreme levels, but based on the circumstances right now, I mean, it could go higher than that. But it's getting near extreme levels where you could end up seeing a short squeeze on SPY. So we could see it tomorrow. We could see it Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know. It could be I think that sometime this week, one of the days, we're going to end up seeing a $10, $15 bounce on SPY, and that's when to grab those. So that's why you need to be in the room. So you have a good picture of what I'm going to do. And because basically I take it day by day. I don't really like looking forward ahead too much because of all the drama going on with the Fed and Russia. So it's better just to take it day by day and look at things in the morning and go by that. So that's going to do it. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the room.